Hello everyone, welcome to the Oasis Healing Temple. For today's reading, we're going to take a look at what Spirit is helping you with. So there's some divine assistance coming in for you at the moment that you are tuning into this reading. There will be 3 pile choices. So for pile number 1, we have this card with Fog and Green Malachite. For pile number 2, we have Synchronicity and Rainbow Moonstone. For pile number 3, we have Neptune and Jet Jet. So pause the video if you need more time to meditate. The timestamps are going to be listed in the description box below, and I'll see you all at your readings. Welcome pile number 1. So you guys were drawn to the Malachite and Fog card. So let's see what divine assistance is helping you with. What is Spirit helping you with at the moment you are tuning into this reading? So before we get in, let's go ahead and pull some cards for you guys. Let's get some tarot first. Pile number 1, this card's already out. What is Spirit helping my pile number 1s out? What assistance are they in need of? Let's get some oracle cards. Okay, this one here. It is raining today in Georgia, so if you hear any background noise, I apologize. It is coming down pretty good out there. Get a few more. What divine assistance is pile number 1 receiving? And let's get a few of these, and then I'll save an angel card to close out your reading. Okay, so with the Fog card coming out, it's also nebula. So there could be, depending on what your other cards come through, there's 2 different messages here. One is that there's something that's coming together, something that's forming, and you can't quite see the results yet. Or there's something that's preventing you from seeing clearly here. So let's see what the other cards reveal so we can get more insight on the true message. We have the King of Air, knowledgeable, objective, and respected. Oh my goodness. Okay. We have 4 of Air, meditation, recuperation, and contemplation. Okay, so this is confirmation about something that's some kind of clarity coming in for you, but you're being asked to take some time out to pause, to rest, to step out of the mind so that you can have a more objective point of view, something that's you're not seeing clearly yet, and it requires you to take some time out. So Spirit wants you to rest, to pause, to meditate, to take some time to contemplate some things, to allow whatever is forming, whatever you have in the works, for the dust to settle, so to say. That is the process here of what you're being asked to do. We have the 5 of Earth, lack, worry, and assistance. Okay, so yeah, this is something in the mind where you have been in a place of worry, maybe things not working out because you haven't seen the results yet. You haven't seen any proof that what you're manifesting, what you've been working on, what you've been focusing on, you haven't seen the results yet, right? So Spirit is asking you to take some time out to rest, to be open to receiving guidance, to receiving support and assistance to help you bring this in, okay? So it requires you to take a step back for a moment. We have Seven of Fire, challenge, determination, and resistance. Yeah, I feel like you are challenge. Yeah, sometimes like with the Seven of Air, this is about, you know, being on the defense here and feeling like you're having to battle some energies. This could be your mindset, you know, an old perspective, old fears, old thought patterns. This could be also individuals who are coming against you, you know, not wanting to see you succeed. There could be a little bit of jealousy here. And I feel like you have been, you know, working really, really hard to stand your ground and to hold the focus. But there is a little bit of fear and worry in the mind here. And so Spirit's going to come in and help you. And in order for the assistance to come in, you need to take some time out to pause and to reflect. Pile number 1. We have courage. By shining brave and true and bright, my courage now returns this night. All right, so we have card number 8. And 8 is about strength. It's also growth, cycles, abundance, achievement, wealth. It can also represent a shifting of a timeline. So some forward movement here. All right, so that's what Spirit's going to help come in and assist you with, is some forward movement, some timeline shifting. We have harmony. As I create, I will share harmony divine with love and care. Nice. Card number 9. So there's, with 9s, we have endings. Ending of a cycle, spiritual wisdom, understanding, work, purpose. And so we have this person who's creating something. They're working hard on their creations. And you're going to be victorious. You just have to have the courage and know that whatever is taking place, it is formulating behind the scenes with the nebula here. You know, think of the stars before they form. It looks like a little bit of chaos, you know, it's just a bunch of gases mixing around, and then eventually they come together and they compact, and then there's this like sonic boom where the star formulates, you know, where it's compressed. So think of when we're visualizing and we're manifesting something, it starts as a thought in the spiritual realm. And so the more we focus on that one thought, the more gas, the more like spiritual energies start to gather and formulate like a more defined image, okay? And then it starts to gather density, and it gets more heavier and heavier and heavier until it compacts, and then it can become like dense matter. Then it's physical matter. Then it can manifest here in the 3D. It starts to come, you know, it builds and builds and builds until it finally can, consolidate enough so that it can become more dense and be more physical in the physical reality. But it requires your focus, your faith, your courage, your determination to know that it's manifesting. Even though you can't see it, it's still there. It still exists. Even if it's in the spiritual, it has to work its way down through the different planes of matter before it can manifest and be physical. Okay. We have the 3rd house, communication. Okay, so there is it's card number 41, 5. There needs to be some shifts in the way that you and the way that you communicate, and the way that you perceive things, and the way that you see things happening, right? With communication, this is the 3rd house ruled by Gemini. This is your mindset, your thinking, your speaking. It's also learning, communications, how you relate. What else we have? Jupiter in abundance. Yay! Look at that. And it's a number 5 as well, 23, but it's a 5. So we have 55 coming out. And this is you coming into alignment with your purpose. This is powerful change, transformation, believing that your abundance is on the way, that it is manifesting. Let go of any lack, any fears, any worries. Transform the thoughts or the programs that make you feel like you are undeserving or unworthy of everything that you've worked hard for. You know, this is you. You are coming into alignment. We have harmony coming through here. So it's having harmony of the mind and the heart. Letting go of any fears, any doubts, any worries that your manifestation's not going to manifest. What else do you want them to know, Spirit? What are we working on? We have intend and create. All right, so Spirit wants you to focus on this mind, you know, of this creation that you're wanting to create for yourself and seeing things from a higher perspective. Spirit's going to help you clear this mental fog to get more clarity and more understanding of how to manifest and bring in your abundance so that you can have a clear communication with Spirit. So any fears that you may be having about lack, try to go to the source of them. Where do they originate from? Where did you come into the knowing and the belief system that you are not worthy of having a happy, successful, abundant life? You know, and a lot of the times it comes from our childhood. If our parents were struggling, we adopted the belief system of lack, that there's not enough money. We have to work so hard to pay our bills. We have to live paycheck to paycheck. And so there's this belief system that makes us believe that that's the world that we're living in. And the truth is that there is an abundance everywhere. Abundance is all around us. And Mother Nature is the reflection of abundance, you know, and the more we can have gratitude for the abundance that's in our life, and we hold that in our hearts, and acknowledging where abundance is in our physical reality and also in our inner world, our inner reality, we start to see this, we start to create a harmony between the inner world and the outer world. Our belief system, our outer world will match our belief system. So our inner world has to have that belief that we are worthy and deserving, and that abundance easily flows to us. And if that's our belief system, the world will match our vibration. But if our vibration is a place of lack and having to work hard and worrying where the money's going to come from, our reality will match that lack vibration. So you have to create this internal dialogue with yourself and with Source Creator, that you want to live in a world of abundance, and that you believe that we are in a world of abundance, that we can create a world of abundance for ourselves by our belief that we are deserving and worthy of having it. So intend and create and manifest your abundance through your belief system, through your heart chakra, and holding on to a place of gratitude within. We have spring, see your seeds grow. I love that. You know, we have the bunny rabbit. This is about fertility and abundance. You know, rabbits, they can reproduce. Bunnies, every 28 days they can have a litter, you know, so this is an abundant animal here. And we have spring. You have to nurture those seeds within your heart space. And the more you take some time out to meditate, this is you nurturing the soil, going within to your heart space, connecting to your heart, your guides, your roots, your foundations, understanding where your beliefs originate. And sometimes we have weeds that are growing in our soul garden, you know, and our soul garden is our internal belief system. And so if there were seeds planted by our parents when we were younger about how much of a struggle it is in the world, those are seeds that were planted in our belief system so long ago. And they can be weeds that we've been nurturing and believing in our entire lives. And it can be heartbreaking sometimes when you see other people being more successful than you, and it doesn't appear that they have to work so hard. And that can be because their belief system is different than yours. So when you go into your soul garden, go into your heart, go into your thoughts, and understand, what do you truly believe? And if there's a fear of lack or worry, those are the weeds, because Source Creator didn't create us to believe that this world is a place of lack, and struggle and hardship. Although we all encounter that, but it is not meant for us to live, a hard life. We came here to bring love, to bring light, to have community, to have shared wealth, shared, commodities, where we are community minded. But there are other people here, there are other beings who are greedy and selfish and want it for themselves. But when you look around this world, there's so much beauty, there's so much abundance, and abundance comes in so many different ways. It's not just financial, although it is part of it, because that's what we have decided is our exchange of monetary goods. We've put everything into money versus the actual item itself. Back in the day, there was a barter system where, different farmers would grow different crops, or there were seamstresses, or there were doctors, and everybody would exchange for goods with one another and services with one another, versus, we put all of our, everything is in a monetary system now. It's built on a coin or a dollar. And so, where was I going? Anyways, yes, when you're out in nature, this is the best way to connect to gratitude, abundance, and prosperity, is focusing on the world that you see around you and nature, right? There's an abundance of air, there's an abundance of sky, there's an abundance of grass and trees and beauty and nature and animals, all those things, and having gratitude for everything that nature provides, and knowing that Source Creator will provide everything for you. And it's having that complete trust and remembering that you are loved, that you are worthy, that you are deserving of having a good life, and not meant to be in a state of lack and struggle. Okay, so Spirit wants you to know that you are more than deserving of everything that you want to manifest. You are worthy of this abundance that you're wanting to create in your life. It is about creating that balance and harmony within your own being here. We have stop, and we have comfort. Okay, so stop worrying. Let go of the fear of lack. Comfort yourself. Comfort those places in your mind where you experienced lack, and know that the reason why is because we didn't know our worth, we didn't know our value. And I know it's so easy to say, but it really does require you to change your belief system and to change the way that you see the world, so that what you truly believe within is going to be reflected to you in the outside world. So there's some things that are taking place behind the scenes that may be clouding your judgment or your perception about your reality. But there's some assistance that's coming in. Spirit wants you to see things from a different angle, a different perspective, to change the way that you believe about the world, so that your abundance, your happy ending can come in for you. But you gotta let go of fear, worry, and lack, because they are so detrimental to your health, and they actually prevent you from receiving everything that you're trying to manifest. They're like a block. They prevent you from receiving. And so the more that you can stop, pause, reflect, go within to your soul garden, correct any false beliefs that you have, and then fill that empty space, because those are weeds. If you pull out those weeds, you want to plant new seeds, and your new seeds are, abundance easily flows to me. I see abundance in my life everywhere. I am abundant. I am successful. I am open to receiving my karmic rewards, for all the hard work that I put in. and I am deserving and I am worthy because I have a good heart, you know, because I am a kind person, because I'm willing to do the work that's involved to bring in my happiness, to bring in my success, you know. Those are what you want to work on, you know. And I feel like with the malachite crystal here, there's some healing in the heart space, something that needs to be healed and released in the heart so that you can nurture this abundant life that wants to come in. There's some comfort that you need to give to yourself here so that your seeds can bloom and your manifestations can come to fruition, so that you can celebrate this beautiful cornucopia here of abundance. All right, let me get you a few more cards to close out your reading. What guidance does Spirit have? What assistance do you want to provide for the pile number ones to help them overcome this feeling of lack of worry and stress? Oh, okay. So we have that one, and this one. We have intuition. I trust my feelings and insights. Your angels are sending signs to help validate your intuitive hunches. The next time intuition alerts you to something, listen closely, realizing that this is your angel guiding you to something great or leading you away from something. So with this fog, and because you can't see what's happening, you have to trust your intuition. You have to have faith. You have to believe. You have to know in your heart that it is going to manifest, that you are worthy and deserving of having this beautiful blessing manifest. So your guides are going to be sending you signs, which is why you must take this time to meditate, to contemplate, to be out in nature, to rest, because this creates an open energy for receiving. And that's what you want to do, is create a channel to receive versus an energy of working and pushing and trying and doing. You need to step out of that energy and get into a place of receiving and trusting your heart and knowing without a doubt that your manifestation is going to come in. Your abundance is going to come in. We have leaving. I am happy to be free of the problems of the past and welcome new experiences. When we get into a rut, when we find ourselves going down the same worn out path, when life seems to be passing us, we need to have the courage to leave things and people which no longer serve us behind. Let the angels guide you to a new beginning. So that this is connecting to our courage here, having the courage to let go of anything that's not serving you, anyone who's holding you back, anyone who's trying to convince you that this manifestation won't happen, or that you're not good enough, or, you know, that it can't happen, you know, whatever fears, whatever doubts, that's what needs to be transformed. That's what needs to be released, okay? All right, look, and you have courage coming out again. My bravery increases with each step in the right direction. The angels remind you that you become more confident and courageous by facing your fears daily. Each time that you face a fear, it slowly begins to wither away. And as a result, you start to grow into the courageous person that you are meant to become. I love that for you. Any fears that you have to get to know them, understand them, where they come from, when they originated, and become like a friend to them, you know, try to understand them, validate why they feel that way, but then give them a different perspective, your new truth, because this fear originated when you were a different person, a younger version of yourself, and now your belief systems have changed. You've gained a lot more experience and a lot more wisdom, so then you can comfort them and give them guidance and more awareness, more perspective, so they're no longer in the dark. you can then shed some light on some things so they're no longer in fear, okay? And this relates to your inner child and younger version of yourself who has a fear that something's not going to work out because in the past X, Y, and Z happened, okay? And so now you have to comfort that younger version of yourself and give them your new truth, your new perspective, your new awareness and wisdom, and guide them and love them along the way, okay? And give them hope, give them faith, give them a new belief, all right? Okay, pile number one, I'm going to go ahead and close your reading now. The rain's starting to come down harder and it's getting a little louder, so I hope that it didn't interfere with your reading today. I'm sending you so much love. Please like and subscribe if this reading resonated with you. Comment below if you feel like sharing your story, or just let me know pile number one was your reading. Wishing y'all lots of love. Y'all take care. Have a blessed day. Welcome to your reading, pile number two. So let's take a look at what the divine is assisting you with, what assistance is coming in for you. And you were drawn to the Synchronicity card with the Rainbow Moonstone. So let's see what Spirit is helping you with, pile number two. Let's start with some tarot. Pile number two. What divine assistance is pile number two receiving? Let's get a couple oracle cards. You guys, it is raining here in Georgia, so if you hear any of the background noises, I apologize. We are in desperate need of this rain. Okay, let's get a couple astro codes, star codes for you. Pile number two. Whoa. Perfect. Let's get maybe two from this deck. What divine assistance is pile number two receiving, Spirit? What are you helping them with at the time that they are tuning into this reading? What divine assistance are you offering them? Okay. All right, and I have some angel cards we're going to get at the end of your reading. So let's see. So we have Synchronicity coming out with the Rainbow Moonstone. So I feel like there is some definite signs coming through. Spirit's trying to communicate to you. I feel like there's going to be some type of pattern or symbolism that's going to help you see things clearly. So there's definitely going to be clear signs for you, that there will be no doubt that this is Spirit communicating to you. This could be new developments, new ideas, new insights. We have these snakes that are overlapping themselves. So yeah, and I feel like there's a pattern developing. Let's see what else we have. We have the Seven of Earth, investment, assessment, and patience. Okay, yes. All right, so you may be being asked to hold a vision, have clarity of mind about what it is that you're wanting to manifest and create. There's something about investing your time into this vision and having patience for things to align. Some things there's things taking place behind the scenes that are coming, things are coming into alignment, but it requires you to pause, to reflect, to have patience for things to align in your favor here. Yeah, there's something that you've been investing in, you've been working hard on, that you've probably been meditating on, wanting to manifest. You've been putting in the work, perhaps doing affirmations, visualizations. And so Spirit's asking you to have a little bit of patience for things to come into alignment here. We have the 9 of Earth, organized, responsible, and supportive. Okay, so this is about, yes, you've been working really hard. You've been putting in the work to grow something, to manifest something. Yeah, and see, we have this farmer who's checking on the fruits, checking in to see how everything's growing, making sure that everyone is, they're doing what's necessary for the fruit to have its, full growth potential, I want to say. You're very responsible, you're very dedicated, and Spirit is supporting this manifestation, whatever it is you're wanting to bring in. And I feel like it's something that's near and dear to your heart. It could be something that's going to emotionally fulfill you. We have the 10 of Air. Oh yeah, you've been working real hard on this. We have endings, recovery, and freedom. This shift is taking place. This is the end of the cycle, the end of the hard work now. You have freed yourself from, and I was picking it up from this one, the snake on here, of a cycle. That could have been a particular pattern of working hard and putting in all this effort, and maybe it's been taking a long time for you to see the rewards, the results from all of your hard work, and you have chosen to incarnate, to free yourself from certain belief systems, certain patterns, and you have achieved that pile number 2. You have ended some cycle and brought healing because of your hard work, because of your, you're a very responsible person. You have been working very hard on pulling the weeds out, the old beliefs, the old thought forms, the old programs that are generational, traditional ways of doing and believing and seeing things. And you have been somebody who has been cultivating a supportive environment, one that's nurturing, one that's loving, one that's more peaceful, where your legacy can reach that full potential of love and light, where it can bear fruit versus fruit that is nurturing and sustainable versus fruit that is rotten and destructive, and built on illusion. You've been working very, very hard to free your family lineage and yourself from this illusion. And look what we have coming out: the ego, illusion, dependency, and materialism. Yeah, you are freeing yourself from some old karma that has been in your family and your genetics. It could even be something that has been a part of your genetics, your DNA from past lives. But I feel like you have all the work that you've been putting in. You have freed yourself. Yeah, see how we have these 2 snakes? We have one that has this pattern, and then we have one that's clear and cleansed and white and been purified. You have done the work. And with rainbow moonstone here, it's that rainbow light. This is healing, nurturing, soothing, comforting. It's also connected to our abundance, to our intuition, to the divine, to the feminine energies of receptivity here. So you have freed yourself from some illusion. You've been doing a lot of work. And look, we have confidence by earth and air, water and fire. Let my confidence take light, burn higher. So Spirit is going to help you feel more confident about yourself and all the work that you have put in. And we have card number 6 over here with 15 in the ego. And 6 is about creating a nurturing environment, a nurturing family, more harmony, more love, more balance, especially in our home life here. And we have this person, this angel who's standing here with a bird in a cage, like setting the bird free, you know, opening the door to freedom. And so there's this offering. This has been a part of your reason for incarnating, your service to the collective, to your ancestors. And we have card number 32. This is a 5. This is change, freedom, movement, transformation. And we have this person here, this woman who's giving this offering, you know, an offering of, you know, well wishes, manifesting something, setting an intention out into the universe, this vision. We have healing, candle flame, burn this hour, bring to me your healing power. Yeah, you've been doing the work, you've been healing, you've been working very, very hard, pulling out those old weeds. We have card number 29, which is an 11, awakening, enlightenment, your higher purpose, trusting your intuition. This is also a 2, partnership, harmony, balance, love. You know, it also represents the duality here. Okay, and you had an extra card come out with courage. By shining brave and true and bright, my courage now returns this night. This came out in pile number 1. So if any of you were drawn to pile number 1 or came over from pile number 1, this is confirmation of things aligning in your favor because of the hard work that you've been putting in. And this is a card number 8, and 8 represents our strength. It is cycles of growth, abundance, achievements, wealth. It's also about shifting timelines here, stepping onto a new path, a new beginning, coming into alignment with your higher purpose. You have Saturn with structure. That's nice. Yeah, see, this is new patterns. Saturn is the, you know, he's the timekeeper. He's also very good at keeping schedules, the foundations, the karmic balancer. You know, he's going to make sure that the work that you've put in is going to reap the rewards. And if you're not doing the work and you're creating more karma for yourself, he's going to make sure that karma gets served in the end. So this is also about divine justice as well coming through here. What else do we have? Aquarius, nice. Collaborate. See, and I see that this is your blessings coming in, your cup being filled, your health, your wealth, everything being restored. And we also had another 6 and another 11. So you got 66, which is about finding balance in all aspects of your life, especially at home. Focus on nurturing yourself, pouring into your own cup here. And then we have 11. So you have 11, manifestation, knowing that you are on the right path and that you are coming into alignment with your manifestation. So I love that for you. And we also have Saturn coming out here as well. And there's another planet on this card. I'm not sure which one it is. It could be Earth, or actually your Uranus, right? So there's this expansion. There's also this unconventional ways of things working out for you. So you're being asked to pay attention to the signs, because your guides are going to be communicating to you through the signs of synchronicity. All right. So Spirit is working behind the scenes to create a new foundation, a new pattern. Things are coming into alignment. And with this collaborate, this could be you working together with your guides working with you. Perhaps you may meet someone who's going to help you create and manifest, whatever it is that you've been working on. If it's something that is for the collective, and I feel like you are part of the star seeds that are here, the collective who is here helping to create and restore balance here on earth. And so there's a group of you who are sharing your love, your light, your wisdom, your spiritual gifts with others. And so there may be opportunities for you to do that in coming future here. We have Hunter, track down your fears and desires. I feel like that has been part of your mission, what you've been working on, being able to face your fears and know where they come from and befriend them and make them your allies. And we have Winter, take care of your needs here. So being confident in your ability to, go a different path, to create your own way, to take care of yourself, not need outside sources to give you approval. I feel like you're somebody who goes after what you want. You have no fear. You follow your heart. You follow your intuition and your guidance. And if it's something that you're not used to, you're being asked to trust, to let go of any fears, to understand where they come from, to focus on your desires and your dreams. Listen to your heart. Don't be afraid to go it alone. Don't be afraid to stand up for your beliefs and what you know in your heart is right, regardless of what old patterns, old programmings, whatever your family or whatever tradition says. If it doesn't feel right for you, don't try to force yourself into a mold. You're meant to break out of that mold. You're meant to set yourself free from that cage that's trying to trap you and prevent you from having your best life, or from healing, or from being confident, knowing that you are doing what you came here to do, that you're fulfilling your mission. This is why you are here. You're here to break the mold, to set a new tone, to bring in more light, more loving, more nurturing, more understanding, more expansion, more awareness, more enlightenment. There's a higher purpose to why you are different and unique, right? Because you are meant to create change. You're meant to bring the change. And sometimes it can be lonely, or sometimes you can doubt yourself. Sometimes it can be fearful because it's sometimes you can feel alone and on your own, but you're not. And Spirit's wanting you to know that you are here with a group of individuals who are here to share their light, their wisdom, the truth, and to break everyone out of the illusion of ego, of limitation, of fear, of materialism, and connecting more to the higher realms, to spirit, to love, to unity, to harmony and balance and cooperation. You are here to bring that, pile number 2. We have faith. Have faith in yourself that you are on the right path. This is part of your calling and why you incarnated here. And we have ideation. Okay, this is about a belief system, an idea that you believe so strongly. And this could be, your connection to source, and allowing that to be your guide, your truth, knowing that you are always loved and protected and being guided along the way. So whereas sometimes you may feel like you are alone, you are never alone, pile number 2. Your guides are always with you, supporting you along the path. And where sometimes it may be hard for you to maybe find your happiness or find your people, remain true to yourself, remain true to your beliefs, remain true to your heart, because that's how you're going to find your tribe, your wolf pack here, because we're all out there, and the more you can be yourself, the more you can shine your light and share your truth, your people, they will see your light. You know, it's kind of like a lighthouse in the dark, and the light has to be bright enough to see past all of the shadows. So the more you can remain in your light and in your truth, it's like a beacon for others to find you. So I tell that to my kids too. You know, we're very colorful people. We're artists. We love to create with color. We love to decorate our temple with color, you know, whether it's our hair or our makeup or our clothes. You know, we just love to express ourselves. And whereas not everybody has the courage to do so or the confidence to do so, it doesn't mean that we're wrong or we should be ashamed or we should hide our light because others disagree or disapprove. That's not our tribe, you know, and set the example. Maybe they're just too afraid to be themselves out of fear of rejection and disapproval. So set that, always be your authentic self, you know, and your people will find you and support you. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of growth for you coming in. Just keep holding your truth and create that sacred space within your own heart and mind. All right, I'm going to get you a couple angel cards. The rain's starting to come down a lot right now, and I don't want it to disrupt your reading, so I'm going to pull your cards real quick from the angels. Can we get some further assistance, please, from a pile number 2 to close out their reading? Some spiritual support, please. Bottom one we see. All right, here we are. Declutter. I am surrounded only by what I need and love. The angels want you to know the best way to declutter your home, your workspace, and your life is to take things one small step at a time. Combined small steps will lead to big improvements that will be easier to maintain over the long run. Okay, so if there's any fears, any doubts, let them go. Create more space, okay? And this could be the reason why they're talking about cleaning your home, your space, because just moving the energies around creates shifts in the energy, all right? And that goes within. Shifting your thoughts and your belief systems create more space for you to sow more seeds of love and light and ideas, okay? We have surrender. Regardless of the outcome, I am taken care of. The angels want you to know you need not worry about the resolution of the current situation. Instead of trying to solve the problem with sheer force, trust you will get exactly what you need. No matter the outcome of the uncertain situation, you are taken care of. Beautiful. Continue to surrender and let go. Have trust, have faith that you are being guided, that you're on the right path. Let go of any fears, any worries or concern, or trying to, you know, you've done the work now. It's time for you to trust, let go, and surrender, and allow yourself to be guided to your new path, to what's in alignment with your soul calling here. And we have joy. When I feel happy, I manifest more reasons to be happy. This angel reminds you that when we choose happy thoughts and set intentions to live joyfully, we are setting ourselves up for success and contentment in all areas of life. Beautiful. So the more you focus on joy, the more you focus on gratitude and happiness, Source Creator will send you more things to be happy and joyful and content about, because you have fostered that within yourself. Those are your seeds. That's what you've planted. That's what you've been nurturing within your heart space. And so you've set up that magnetic pool that the intention to receive more of what you're grateful for. So the more you can hold on to gratitude and what you're grateful for, the universe will respond to that vibration of gratitude and send you more of those to match that vibration of gratitude. Okay? So pile number 2, this is what Spirit's helping you navigate through at the moment in time. Thank you all so much for being here and riding this storm out with me. Have faith, keep going, have confidence in yourself, have the courage to face any fears, to let go of what's not serving you, pile number 2. And have the courage to be yourself, to love yourself through everything, and to free yourself from these old patterns, old belief systems of the mind, of the illusion of ego, okay? You're doing a great job. You should be proud of yourself, pile number 2. All right, I'm going to close your reading now. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm sending y'all so much love. If this reading resonated, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for helping me grow my channel. If you want to comment below, I'd love to hear from you. If you don't know what to say, just let me know. Pile number 2 is your reading. Sending y'all lots of love. Take care. Have a blessed day. Hi, pile number 3. So let's take a look at what Spirit is helping you with, what divine assistance is coming in for you. And you were drawn to the Neptune card with the Jet Tumble here. So let's get some more cards to get in and see what this reading is about. So what divine assistance is coming in from a pile number 3? You guys, it is raining here in Georgia, just letting you know if you hear any background noise. It is kind of coming down a little bit heavy, so I apologize if there's any kind of disturbance in the playback here. Pile number 3. We got an extra card here. Let's get a couple oracle cards to see what is Spirit helping you with. What assistance is Spirit offering you? Pile number 3. Okay, all 3, please. Oops. Pile number 3. Let's get a couple of these. This is the Star Code Astral Oracle here. Perfect. Let's get a couple guardians and ancestors. Whoa! This one flew across the table. Yeah, it's coming out awfully loud out there. Of these, and then we'll begin your reading, pile number 3. Okay, and let's save some angel cards for the end. Alright, so right off rip, what I see with the connection to the stone in the card, and I always choose the stones first, and then I pull the cards. And so you have Jet with Neptune, and traditionally Neptune is a water-based planet, right? And we have this like teardrop here on the card. And Jet is a stone for cleansing and transmuting negative energies. It's also a crystal to help during a grieving process. So I feel like there's some, there could be potentially some blocked emotions that need to be cleansed and purified and healed. Something that needs to be released. So this could be also, some of you may have had a spiritual experience, perhaps. Some type of an awakening. So maybe there's something that you've been praying for, or there could be a loss that has occurred in your life. I'm not sure. Let's get in and see what confirmation wants to come through. We have the Ace of Fire, opportunity, creativity, and action. Okay, so this is about an idea that has come in, a new sense of power, a creative project, something that you want to create, something you want to act on. And we have justice with fairness and the law of karma. Okay. So yeah, maybe there's some, with the Ace of Fire, I feel like there may be a little bit of sensing anger coming through with the Fire card and the law of justice. So maybe some of you have been experiencing something where it just doesn't feel fair, or there's something that has been, maybe somebody hurt you in the past or recently, and I feel like you have been maybe praying for resolution, for Source Creator to help you through having compassion and understanding why things have happened the way that they did. And we have the card number 8, and this is about cycles and growth and strength. It's also about wealth and cycles. Let's see. We have the 7 of Fire, challenge. Yeah, perhaps there have been people in your life that you've had to like defend yourself against. Yeah, other people who may not want the best for you. Perhaps they've been jealous about you, talking about you behind your back, and you feel like you've had to defend yourself. You've had to, and it's been very challenging. We have the Emperor. Okay, this could be some form of family, of organization, or expectations that have been put on you, structures, systems. This could be organizations of some sort. Like I was saying, this could even be religion. Take what resonates for you, apply it to however you need to make sense of it. There's several of you tuning into this reading, so this is a general collective reading. This, the Emperor is traditionally about tradition, and the patterns, the structure, the foundation here. So this could also be family, familial, relations here. And then we have the Strength card coming out. Okay. Look, and we have a number, the infinity symbol here. Strength, having courage, perseverance to keep moving, to keep going. Card number 11, awakening. So there's been a spiritual awakening taking place. Maybe you felt like you have been forced to live and be in a certain mold, a certain type of structure, and you're ready to break yourself free from that mindset, from that belief system, from that programming, from whatever. This could be familiar, the generational curses or generational patterns and belief systems, and this is how we do things, this is how we've always done it, the traditions and stuff, and you wanting to break free out of that. And it requires you to have strength, to have courage, to use your fire, to stand up, to bring in something new, to create change. And this may be you praying for change, praying for justice, praying for others to awaken and to see the truth. And it's been like very, very hard. It's been a struggle because I feel like you've been having to defend your belief system, to defend your right to have change or to do something different, to be treated equally, to be treated fairly, for others to see that you deserve to be happy too. We have safe travel with card number 22. So you have 11 and 22. It says, keep me safe and let me roam far away, but bring me home. Yeah, I feel like you've been definitely asking for prayers, asking for assistance from Spirit to help guide you. And card number 22 is a master teacher number. This is a high level of spiritual understanding, and the Christ consciousness being the guiding light here. You know, I feel like this is movement, moving on, forward movement here. You're moving into new territory. This is something new for you. You want change. You want things to shift. We also have 22 as a 4, so you have 44 here. And that is another master number. This is about building solid foundations, divine support from the angels and your guides, wanting to know that they are supporting you through the shift, and they're bringing strength and resilience to help you change and shift the foundation here. We have energy. A light inside my fire divine. Energy fill me, make me shine. Look at this. This is the new inspiration, new ideas, new beliefs, new light, new awareness, new perspective. Yeah, I feel like you have definitely received some insight, some clarity that has brought healing to you, and you're being guided along the way to have strength. Keep persevering, keep moving forward. Pile number 2, keep going. You are being protected, and divine justice will come in, I'm hearing. Oh, look at new beginnings with 44. So you have 4, 4, 4, 4. I'm not sure what the 4 means. You might want to look that one up. I know that 4 is about being completely surrounded by your angels, and that you're being guided through whatever it is that you are going through, what you are focusing on. And the card says, new beginnings. Let this magic in my spell clear the space in which I dwell. Yeah, you are moving on. You are determined to begin something new for yourself, to bring in this new inspiration, this new idea. You're not afraid to take action, to stand up for what you believe. This is holding your head up high, walking tall, creating a new foundation for yourself. Light is shining on you. The light is coming in. Your awareness is shifting. You're seeing things from a whole different place. This is about connecting to the divine, expansion of the third eye, connecting to Source Creator, more positivity, more joy, more insight, feeling more connected. Look, and you have the sun coming through with confirmation, with Source. Yes, you are connecting to Source Creator, to the powers that be, to your light, to your divinity. Having more light come in, more love come in. And this is card number 18, which is a 9, the end of a cycle. Spiritual wisdom and understanding, your life purpose, your legacy, what you are meant to be doing. So Spirit is helping you and assisting you to step onto this path, to give you strength and courage and energy to create a new life for yourself, where divine justice can come in. Beautiful. We have conjunction with alliance. Yeah. There's a lot of you working together to bring in this light, to bring in this karmic justice. Yeah, I feel like you have been working very hard with this idea to bring in safety, to bring in love, to bring in new opportunities. Where are these keys? Yeah, I feel like these are your angels. They're working beside you to help you see things with clarity, to expand your truth, to awaken to a deeper level here, connecting more with the divine, that higher perception shift. Things working out. We have card number 51. This is 6, creating a nurturing environment, family, love, balance, harmony. You are being assisted to bring in more of that, more love, more alignment to peace, harmony, justice. We have the mountains. Stand your ground. Nice. Hold on to your truth. Stand your ground. Be determined. Don't let anybody deter you from knowing in your heart what is right for you. Having the courage to persevere, to keep going. Know that whatever is taking place, that there are things working on behind the scenes. There's things that are working out for you. I feel like this is growing. You are growing these a solid foundation, building a solid foundation for yourself where you feel completely connected and self-assured about the path that you are on, and knowing that Spirit's got you. That Spirit is connecting to you, speaking to you, giving you signs. This is having a solid connection to Source Creator here. Your connection is solid, is stable, and making sure that you stay grounded as you're connecting with Source Creator here. Because sometimes what can happen is, some people can have such an adoration for the spiritual realm, and they can sometimes, and I know y'all have seen them, where they become these spiritual narcissists, where they're running around. I'm not saying this is you at all, but this is what Spirit's wanting you to guard against, is the people who run around and they're wanting to, I gotta save everyone, and they try to tell you how you're living your life wrong, and everything that they do is nothing but, God, 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 and they start to become very fixated on the spiritual realm, and they're not grounded in the present. They're not connected to what's real here in the physical world. They're too much in the mind. They're too much in the in the higher realms, and they're not very grounded. So sometimes they can come off appearing crazy, because it's hard for people to relate to them, because they're so much into their spirituality and their spiritual craft and their belief system, and they try to almost kind of force it onto everybody, and it becomes something that's very icky feeling, very repulsive, you know what I mean? So Spirit's wanting you to make sure that you stay grounded in your beliefs. So yes, make time for spiritual practice and make sure that you are always being guided by your heart, but remain grounded, grounding your spirituality. So you're not just somebody who is, speaking on spirituality. It's a walking practice, it's something that is a part of your everyday, but you live and breathe it, but you're also very grounded in the physical world. This is like the anchoring of the higher self into the physical world. And a lot of people, and this is no offense to anyone, but what I have seen is some people love to talk about God, and they love to talk about, the spiritual realms, and, doing what's right and being a good person, but their follow through, their actual work and deeds that they do don't match what they say. They also go around judging people and condemning people and shaming people and pointing fingers and trying to tell them how they're living their life wrong, and they're trying to and people don't respond to that very well. They respond to people who have compassion and understanding and unconditional love, and know that whatever somebody else's path is, that is the path that they're meant to be on, and that they are learning their own lessons, and that Spirit comes to them in the ways that Spirit connects to them through their own process, and that when you are connected to the divine, you know everybody has their own time to wake up. Everyone has their own lessons that they have to learn and go through. And who are we to intervene with Source's plan? You know, that's not our mission. That's not our job. Our job is to awaken ourselves and to be the example, to anchor in the light, to anchor in the love, to restore unity, not to judge, not to point fingers, not to condemn, not to shame. It is to have complete love and acceptance and know that everything is working out according to the divine plan. And we are not there to shove our belief systems onto somebody else. You know, they will be contacted, they will have their own awakening, they will have their own epiphanies that will come in when they're ready to receive it. Because sometimes you can speak to somebody till you're blue in the face and they're closed off. They're not ready to receive the information. They're not ready to receive the light. There's still lessons. They're still learning. There's still things that they have to heal from before they can be open to receiving more new information and more love. Okay? So always make sure that you are grounded in your spirituality, grounded in your connection to God, and knowing the truth, whether something's coming from ego or something's coming from our heart, from Source Creator. Okay? And it's not to say that you won't be asked to help somebody, you know, who's in suffering or in need, but it is not to just rush in and try to be the hero, you know, or to prevent somebody from learning a lesson that they need to learn. You know, we're only allowed, it's just like the angels, they're only allowed to help to a degree when we ask for it. We have to ask for help. We have to ask for a divine intervention in whatever way they can possibly help us, and then be open to receiving that help, that guidance and assistance, right? They're not allowed to intervene to a certain degree, because we have a mission, we have a purpose that we're meant to be doing here. Okay? All right, here we go. We have the Peacekeeper. Let go of the need to be right. Okay, thank you for coming through, because I was wondering why Spirit had me channel this message. And so this is about coming from a place of peace and heart, and essentially that's what we all want. We all want love. We all want people to be happy. We want people to feel connected to Source Creator and know that they are loved, and know that Source Creator is real, you know. But we don't have to, our way is not the only way. There's so many ways to connect to Source Creator, and your way is different from my way, and it's my mother's way is different than my way. My husband's way is different than my way. We all connect. Our channels are different. The way that we speak to Source Creator, the way that Source Creator connects to us. You know, some people receive messages through music. Some people receive it through animals. Some people receive it through, you know, numbers on the clock, or a stranger coming up to them. You know, we have no idea where the source is going to come from. Who is the channel that Spirit's using to communicate something to us, right? And so knowing the difference between something that's coming from your ego, where you're trying to control somebody's belief or control somebody's path, like, you know what it feels like to feel like you have to defend your right to believe the way that you believe, and you don't want anybody else to feel that way either. So even if somebody is, you know, some of these people who can be super religious, and they're very condemning and shaming other people's perspectives and points of view, and they're very, you know, limited in how they connect to Source Creator. We have to let go of the need to try to combat them or force them to see things from a different perspective, because it's not going to work. They have to find that connection on their own, you know. And it's not to say that we're abandoning them or anything. You can still send love and have compassion for them, but their path, their journey is their own journey to take, you know. And we can just send love. That's all we can do, is hold space for them and be the example of what unconditional love looks like. And, and that's the true Christ consciousness, is to love even though they are unaware of how they are limiting love. They're putting love in a box, that love has to look like this. And that's not the truth. Love comes in so many different ways, in so many forms, in so many colors. That's why the rainbow is here, to show us all the different ways that love can come in, through all these forms of color and light and ways of communicating to each of us is so unique and so different. And that's why each of us is so unique and so different, because we are all an individual spark of Source Creator. There's so many ways, and so let go of any need to be right. That's just the ego, that's just the mind wanting to try to have any kind of control. And in the end, we have no control, right? We just have to know what's right in our heart, know our beliefs, stand up for ourselves. If somebody's trying to shame you or put you down, you don't need their approval. The only person's approval you need is your own. Your connection to Source Creator is your own, and it's something that is individual. It's nothing that you need to go through somebody else to have that connection. It is something that is personal, and it is between you and God, right? We have creativity. Ooh, there's some insight coming in, some ideas, something that you're meant to be creating. We have anger. Yeah, I felt anger coming through in the beginning. You're being asked to let go of this anger, perhaps to channel your anger into some creative project. We have rest, and then we have abundance here. Okay, so I feel like you're being asked to surrender your anger, letting go of anything that may be preventing you from seeing things with clarity, from seeing things through your heart, because I too have felt the injustice of being judged or called specific names, that I'm a sinner, or I'm going to hell, or because I don't believe in somebody's version of God, and that's, to me, I don't see God as this limited man. I believe God is undefinable in that way. It's not a gender. It is an energy of love. It is unconditional love. And it has unlimited love for all things. It creates all things, male, female, the animal kingdom, everything, what we call extraterrestrials, what we perceive as right and wrong, or dark and evil and everything, all those things. God created all of that. God created the gays and the lesbians and the transgenders. They're all just versions of Source Creator, and we're all in this physical vessel. And the physical vessel is what's limited. Our mind is what's limited. So, and we, in order for us to try to understand things, we try to label it and put it in a box. But Source Creator can't be defined. It can't be put in a box, And so when these people try to judge and shame us for having this understanding or this belief system that's different than theirs, for me, that's your belief and this is my belief. And who knows what's right? None of us know until we transition and pass over, and that's when the truth's revealed, and that's when the veil gets lifted and we truly see what's real. None of us know. So, there have been people who've had near-death experiences who have passed away and then come back and told us what they have perceived, but some people just write that off as, well, that's their experience, and, who knows that's true. That's just the brain firing off and creating, images and stuff like that. But we will all know the truth one day, and I don't think it's fair for anybody to judge anybody and say, well, you're wrong and this is what's right, because nobody really knows. And so it's surrendering and letting go of the need to be right, or you don't need their approval to live your life and to be happy and to have your own personal connection with Source Creator. And that's how I've had to let go of fighting this battle of trying to justify why I believe what I believe. And then this even goes for like my family. I've had family members cut me out of their life because of my connection to crystals, or my connection to tarot and the cards and divination, and my love for Mother Nature and my reverence for her and all that she provides. But I also know that this is all part of Source Creator. Everything is, and my views are very extensive, very big in what I believe in. And I don't need them to validate for me. My connection to God, to Source Creator, is my own. And I feel very connected, very loved, very supported, and justified in my beliefs. And I don't need to explain them to anybody. And that's the place that you need to get into, is a place of surrender, knowing that you are loved, that you have this personal connection to Source Creator, and it is your own. And you don't need to justify it to anybody else. And let go of anybody in your life who's wanting to judge you or shame you or try to force you into their belief system, or you're not accepted if you don't believe what we believe. Those aren't your people, and as hard as it is, if it is family, and that broke my heart too, to have to go through this experience and lose people that have been in my life for 40 plus years, and to have this be something that comes between us, where for me, like, true Christ teachings doesn't shame, doesn't judge, doesn't make or break a relationship. You know what I mean? Everyone is allowed to have their own belief and their own connection. And so surrender the need to be right, and let them walk their own path and find their own connection. And who knows, one day they may be restored, and they may open up and have their awakening and see things in a whole different light. And who knows, maybe you'll be open to rekindling a relationship, and maybe not. It just depends on the situation, But there is this abundance of love and light in your life that's wanting to come in. There's lots of support here. There's lots of people who have similar belief systems as you. You have reached an awakening, a connection to the divine of some kind. So release any anger that you may have, okay, towards anybody who's trying to make you feel that you are less than or shame you for your spiritual connection, okay? Love them from a distance, right? Protect your heart. Set up those healthy boundaries that say, all right, we can't have that kind of a relationship. I can have love for you, but I don't need you to be in my inner circle of support, because you're not supporting me, where I can have support for you and your beliefs, and understand how you've come up with, how you've reached your connection, and understand and validate your personal connection, and have appreciation that you found a connection. But mine is my own, and it's personal to me, and I don't appreciate people judging and shaming me for it. And if that's the make or break of the relationship, then you're better off without them. All right? Because somebody who truly loves you, they're happy for you, and they're supportive for you. They don't need to try to control you or shame you into their little box, okay? Woo. I'm going to sage this real quick, because, man, I know what that feels like, pile number 3. If this is your experience, I'm so sorry, and it's okay. You are loved, and, one day the truth will be revealed to us all. But do not shame yourself or judge yourself. Eventually the truth will be revealed, okay? So, all right, let me get you some angel cards to close out your reading. The rain's starting to calm down some, so that's nice. Let your energy settle. Pile number 3. Can we get some final messages of assistance, please? What is Spirit assisting pile number 3 with? Can we get some closing messages of comfort, please? This one. This one. One more. Whoa. That's this one. We have forgiveness. The door to my heart opens inward. I move through forgiveness to love. The angels want you to remember that self-forgiveness doesn't happen overnight. You need to approach it exactly as you would approach forgiving someone else, with a lack of ego, a compassionate heart, and a patient and persevering mind. Okay. So some of you perhaps need to have some more self-forgiveness for yourself. Perhaps you could have went along with these belief systems until you had an epiphany, till you had some divine experience that woke you up to seeing things from a different perspective, you know? So it's okay, you know, when we are born into families and to organizations that, you know, and this is how it is, we knew nothing else, you know, until we were exposed to it. So have forgiveness for yourself, have forgiveness for anyone else who's involved. Just, you know, practice that Christ consciousness here, you know. Love them, for they know not what they do. They don't know what their actions create in the long run, you know. We don't know the damage that things do to individuals unless they tell us that this hurts my feelings when X, Y, and Z happen. And people just go about life not knowing that they're affecting you in that kind of way, you know. And sometimes we don't realize that things are affecting us that deeply until they do. So have that open, compassionate heart for yourself and for others, okay? We have transform. All things in life change, and I adapt willingly and easily. The angels want you to know that you are now coming full circle. You are ready to move on to the next stage of your life, but that doesn't mean you have to forget the past completely. All of the experiences that have led up to this point have equipped you with the tools to move forward. All right, and I love, we have this little, I guess it's a tree frog out here because I don't see it anywhere. But there's a little tree frog sending out your reading here. And, you know, frogs are about abundance. They're also about transformation. You know, they're born in the water and then they transition onto the shore, you know, onto dry land. But they need the water, you know, to keep their bodies moist. So there's this beautiful connection with this transformation here, you know, connection to this card. You are transforming out of one way of living into a new way of living. But it doesn't mean that your roots, you know, have no meaning or bear no weight, right? So there's still this connection that you have. There's still things that you can bring forward from childhood, from your family, that still may be good, that could still be something that's passed on, that you hold dear to your heart. There's still some memories there of good intentions, you know. And, you know, that's the thing. Sometimes everybody's intentions are good, but the way that they go about it can be very painful, you know. They don't quite make you feel like it's love, right? Okay, next is confidence. When I set my mind on something, I won't stop until I reach it. If you lack confidence in making a decision, the angels send you positive energies to boost your confidence levels. They let you know that support and encouragement are available to you as you continue to strive towards fulfilling your higher purpose. Beautiful. Have confidence in yourself. Moving forward, okay? You are transforming. You are becoming something new. You're awakening to a new higher consciousness, a new evolved aspect of your being, connecting more to Source Creator and the higher realms. Forgive yourself. Let go of anything, any lower vibrational energies, any anger that you have towards yourself or towards individuals, you know. It's going to be okay. Pound number 3, you will see, you will look back at this time and you will be very proud of yourself and everything that you went through. And yeah, there's a lot of good things lying ahead for you. Some new insight, new ideas, some creative project I feel is going to be coming in for you. So these were your messages. Spirit is helping you with this divine assistance through this transition that you're going through the spiritual awakening that you have experienced. So I'm sending y'all so much love, so much support. Big heart hugs to you, pile number 3. If this reading resonated with you all, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Please like and subscribe, or let me know pile number 3 was your reading and resonated with your truth. I'm sending y'all lots of love. Y'all take care. Have a blessed day.